Hello there, internet friends. This is Too Old for Gaming, and today I'm playing on Slutsk on a 10v10, playing as the 52nd Skitterungs, and I'm trying to maintain control of this hilltop area here in the center right of the map. And ideally, I'd like to get some coverage over here to cover this road in so our team can push the enemy out of the town. Got some snipers moving in, some light anti-tank infantry as well. These guys are only 10 points, so you can bring in a whole lot of them, and I think they do pretty good in an urban environment. Also bring in a 50mm mortar to provide some support fire. Move my Sturm Pioneer up here to the front, and I'm bringing in these other, I think these guys are Latvians. They have, I think, Bertha rifles, but they have AT mines, and they're really cheap. I think they're like 15 points. I also have a Pack 40 back here, just covering in case he tries to advance over the hilltop. MG 34, and then, like I said, there's a sniper over here just observing. Moving my Sturm Pioneer up here, ideally, you know, taking control of the entire hill is what I want. So I have a Pack 36 I've moved in, which should be able to take out anything at close range. The sniper is already firing at some converted gunners, but is taking immediate fire from a bunch of M5 tanks. And we have a spotter aircraft from the enemy flying over near my area. Not sure what he saw. I do have a Flak 36 I've brought in.
Comrade!
And the rest of the map, it looks like we've got some guys with an elephant over here trying to hold this sector. Ideally, he'd be taking that flag. And our team has not pushed into the town, which is a little concerning. All his men are just sitting in coverage. So, moving up this AT team, they have 4 semi-auto rifles and then the AT rifle, which does 35 mils. Try to take out a truck or something, and then if I'm up close, I do have Panzerfaust. So it's better than nothing, especially with this division. I get 3 Pack 40s to start. Unfortunately, I think we're just out of range of this. Appears to be a half track.
Товарищ, не стреляй!
So ended up turning off firing for the sniper because I wanted to maintain observation over this area. And it looks like now our team is moving forward to retake it. We've lost the left side of the hill here, but looks like we have a lot of vehicles moving forward to try to retake it. So it looks like a half track was able to take my AT team out, which is pretty disappointing. My Pack 40 does spot another half track out here in the open, misses on his first shot. And I must have been, sorry, I was on the other side of the map. I must have been bouncing rounds off of that Sherman. These Tars Zavaranu have Lebel rifles, and they do have these anti-tank magnetic mines, so they can do something in a town. Looks like he's moving forward with some arms teams. This guy's still in, nobody spotted him yet. Half-track spotting this Panzer Grenadier out in the open, and now my guys are out of range, so I'm pulling them back. These Tars are putting down some suppressive fire on the arms rifles that were out in the open, and I'm bringing in the 50 mil. I did not notice that my sniper was getting mortared yet. My Tar has been suppressed, but I do bring up the Pack 40, and we have Jaeger moving in a Panzer 4. It looks like we had a lot of quits in the game already, which is unfortunate. So I've managed to sneak in the AT team here. He is counter-battering with 81s, my 50, and they are only two-man teams, so they are destroyed. And fortunately, we've recaptured this flag and are starting to push some of these guys out. I have a BF-109 G6R6 I brought in just to do a strafing run. I think it did take out like 4 guys, so they are pretty good with the 3 20 mils and the 2 13 mils at providing close air support. So these TARs are down a few men, but still trying to hold on over here. You would think 20 rounds of 20 mil would destroy half-track, but not in this game. Panzer IV is moving up to provide some support. I think he's spotting this 30 cal out in the open, and my TAR is destroyed. He has started to capture some of the houses in the town. But I can bring in a lot of these guys. They're 11-man squads, so a little bit bigger than at least the regular German squads. And I do have some Sturm Pioneer, but obviously his equipment is quite a bit better than what I have here. A sniper is spotting this 30 cal in the open, but he is also being spotted by the M4, and one of the snipers is killed. So I do pull him back, and unfortunately I thought he'd stay in the tree line, but looks like he walked outside of it. Brought in the leader to beef up these guys over here. And I've got another 50 mil I'm bringing in, and another Pak 36 because of the heat round. They could take anything out. Just trying to bring out this AT squad to get fire on this M3. Unfortunately, it doesn't go the way I want. With all these M1 Garands, they're taken out pretty quickly. But now my TARs are back in position and providing some fire support to try and hold these guys off until I can bring in my mortars and start shelling their position and suppressing them. This other TAR team is down by over half. And so far, things not going the way I want with these much stronger infantry squads from the Americans. M3 half-track providing fire support. Taking out 2 men, I think that was 11. At least one here with its machine gun. So one of my TARs goes down up here, that squad, and I'm moving this. I thought I was moving this Pak 40. Not yet. I'll eventually move him up. I do destroy an armed squad, and now we've got 81s coming in on my other TAR squad. I was able to destroy this M8 with this 10-point team with the PTRS, which is a nice little bonus. And I'm trying to keep these guys out of observation since I haven't brought up my AT yet. I gotta move these guys up. I've been focusing on adjusting their position instead of adjusting my support equipment. So I lost another squad to 81mm mortars over here. I have brought in some 75s and battery commander to provide some support here. I think these things, they fire pretty fast. 12 rounds a minute, so if you get an entire battery together, you can really put a lot of fire down on a single position. And with the commander, if we have any radios up here, they will use their radio, and the fire will be much more accurate. Got another M3 half-track moving in. Not enough time for me to get fire on it. It's moving real fast. Still have my Sturm Pioneers stuck out here in the back. Pak 40 does take out one of the amphibious vehicles. And this Strelke is not going anywhere because the MG34 is covering it, and there's also a sniper covering the area. Moving the Pak 36 forward now. And the 50mm mortars have been moved forward, and I'm going to try shelling this M3, take him down. I've got no Panzerfaust at the moment, so the Pak 36 and the mortar is the best I have for countering some of this light armored vehicles. They get, I think, like 55 shells, so... 54. So bring in... I want to say there's 8 or 10 of these Tar Tankus in Phase A. So I just keep bringing him in because I'm really... His infantry I've been able to hold off. It's the support equipment vehicles that have been causing me pain. And now I got my Pak 36 covering the roadway here. And it looks like he's brought up an AT gun of his own. And firing at an SPW-231 who's moved out in the open. So we're fighting an M5 gun now. He is destroyed. And he's been trying to advance with his arms rifles, but the mortar shelling got them pinned down, and they're taking fire from my Raider squad. I'd like to take out this 76 mil, so I've moved up my 50, and I'm moving this Pak 36 in place to take out this M3. And I'm just going to strafe him so he's a little less accurate. Unfortunately, it looks like we got M2 90 mil, and it lands a direct hit on me. Pak 36 is able to destroy the half-track. Fortunately, no artillery fire in this area yet. So I'm going to try shelling the M4A1. Looks like he's bringing in a bunch more half-tracks, which are probably loaded with infantry, maybe. And then an M4 105, which is going to be difficult to deal with. I left my leader back here to get an extra star on the machine gun, sniper, and Pak 40. Just to hold off anything coming over here. Panzer IV taking fire from both these guys. And it looks like we've got engineers coming in. He's now shelling my Pak 36, so I need to get him out of position. I'm moving the 50 mil up as well, just to get him out of the area of fire, because we've got 3 81mm carriers here. Stern Pioneers being spotted. And unfortunately, he does take one down. And these stars are firing their SVTs, I think at these Nises. And this tar is shooting at the M4, but it's bouncing. Pak 36 is firing at the M4, but is missing. So that 75 mil battery, he's got his guys bunched up over here. You can see I've targeted him together to hit that area to try to stop his advance, because he's got a pretty good assault going here. Still have these raiders over here holding him back, and I need to bring up more AT. I do now have these Panzerschreck teams. And starting to fire at these half-tracks with this Tankus team. An M5 Recon is taken out, but it must have been coming over this hill or something, because I didn't see it over here. So I get one of the M3s to retreat. And another one is destroyed. And trying to bring down some 75 mil fire in front of his advance to keep him back. Lucky that these guys are staying alive, because they're kind of holding them from moving forward. My AT team is destroyed, and this other team here is taking a lot of fire from these gunners. Getting lots of help from my battery fire, and these engineers are being caught out in the open and moving in more of these AT teams. I wish you could put defensive fire in 50 mils and the 45 mils, but unfortunately the game doesn't let you. See a tank destroyed by a Pak 40 over here supporting us. I have brought in another sniper here. but I disabled him from shooting. I really would rather have the recon at the moment. He's not trying to run across. And I'm moving my other snipers up. Moved my Panzerschreck team forward. They're taking some fire now, but they have 6 G43s, so they are helping me out a little bit. And all these guys are retreating from my 75 mil fire, but they're starting to get countered by some artillery here, and it looks like maybe 150s. So bringing in more 15-point Raider teams. Fortunately for me, this M4 is pushed way back. So we are at a 1913. I'd like to recapture this area here and get this ridgeline, as I mentioned. So while we're waiting for the troops to come back in, we take a look at the board here. It looks like we still haven't captured that flag and that hilltop, which is going to make things really difficult for this left side of the map. And don't seem to be getting a big force together here to advance yet. Looks like we get some Panzer IIIs, and I think I just saw a Panther leader go down. Got my snipers out here now, firing at these arm rifles. And I have a capture 57 mil that I'm moving forward. I'd like to use that to take out this M4. So now I have access to Skitterungs, who have the 40 millimeter heat shells for the outdated AT rifles and an MG15, so I finally have 750 meter range for my squads here. This Pack 40 is out of APCR. It looks like he's running low and everything else. And I'm out of mortars for my 50. But having that machine gun is super helpful. And I'm trying to push my way back into the town here. A couple more skittering squads that I need to figure out how to advance. What I want to avoid is like bunching things up, because at this point in the game, at the end of Phase B, a lot of the times there's quite a bit of artillery from the enemy, and it's not great if you have all your infantry bunched up. Kind of like what you saw I did to them. I've moved my guys around. I would like to get them back in the circle so they have the extra radio. So, see I'm doing that there. And that 76 mil is still up. My sniper is destroyed by artillery fire. And so I got to get my guys out of this area. So I have a platoon of these raiders moving forward now. And trying to make an advance to clear out this area. Unfortunately, now I've got some sort of fire support from down here up here. I don't think I had any the entire game. And I've lucked out by having my snipers still alive. Normally you'd see that church blown up pretty fast. So I've got my guys back in position down here inside the circle, calling in artillery again just as I did before, because he's bunched up with equipment here. These guys are getting suppressed pretty quickly by the Brownings on these half tracks, because you can see them going up against what, 5 of them? 4 of them? 5, yeah. But fortunately for me, I do have the artillery. Unfortunately, mortar rounds are falling directly on my position. He's going to try the old advance with his half tracks and get my guys to surrender. But, Probably misses with the AT mine. So he destroyed probably 65 points worth of stuff. I think 3 or 4 squads, maybe 45, and then took these 2 down pretty low. But not bad because I was able to hold him up here. He made no advance, and I destroyed quite a bit more equipment of his. So I don't know. I've said it before. I have fun using the cheaper squads and bringing them in like it's World War I or the Soviets. I did bring in a Hotchkiss 50 cal. So we're at a 17-15, still losing at this point. Would like to re-get this bridge here. If we can move this Schutzen over, it'd probably cap it. And we also really need this flag up here. So I'm bringing in 50 mil mortars, and I did bring in a FW 190. And I brought him in not necessarily from my area, but to help out some of the teammates. And I'm getting shelled again by large artillery, unfortunately. This guy is getting low in ammo. Both of them are. And do get a off map in here from the team. One of my squads goes down here, and then again, more 81s coming in. And here comes that off map. This will end up taking out an armed squad. 51 is being shelled by mortar fire still. And I've got a Hotchkiss who's spotting Strelky out here now. So I brought in an IG-18 to provide additional support fire, and in phase C I do get Panthers with the Skitterungs, so I brought them in as well. I also brought in an 81 millimeter mortar. Another Tar squad goes down. It looks like that was to a 40 millimeter AT or AA gun, and I'm able to advance my Skitterung squad forward. Hotchkiss keeping the Strelky pinned down. And Beaufort is being spotted by these 2 squads here. Skitterung's keeping their heads down, and we've got another off map coming in. We've got a little bit of support now from Jaeger. Advancing my Raider squads. Again, trying to clear out this area. I'd like to, when I need to, peek over and provide fire support, AT fire support from this 57 on the road here. We're at a 16-16 now. Let's see if this AT squad with 2 men can do something here. It's a hit. Misses the 2nd shot. Misses the 3rd shot. Gets a hit. And then the 57 does destroy the half-track. Off map coming in to clear out the forest area. And I have Panzergrens in phase C. I don't know what hit that guy. Get scared and there's random arty fire coming here. Unfortunately, most of my battery was destroyed. I have 175 left who's running low on ammo. But I did bring in this 81 and put him on defensive fire. We get a surrender here. And I'm advancing my Recon Panther with my Panther forward here. I don't want to get ambushed by something, right down here in the town. So, trying to bring up the infantry before I bring it forward too much. You see this guy just got ambushed right in this forest here. Sniper spotting the converted gunners for the team. And somehow they flipped it. We're at an 1814 again. Must be from down here, this flag. Looks like they've got quite a few heavy vehicles moving forward. And still haven't recapped this flag, unfortunately. Tatar's spotting the converted gunners out in the open. I think they should be able to win this fight because we're in cover. AC A-20Cs coming in to drop their load on the King Tiger. Looks like we did take out an 81 mil with a Panther up here, but 90 mil set out in the open does penetrate the frontal armor of this Panther. We get a bounce on the second shot. And he is destroyed by the 90 mil. Bringing up a Pioneer squad, but he has taken fire from this arm rifles. And the vehicle's destroyed, so cut him in half. Moving up my skitterungs to hold this area up here, and my 57 mil to try to fire down in this town. I'm also moving up this Pack 40 and just trying to get this equipment forward here. Skitterung spotting at the M4 105 up here. We're at a 1715, and I've got 50 mils coming down. My artillery is not firing, must be too close in this area still. Skitterungs is destroyed. Looks like my Pioneers should be able to get this. We do capture this flag, so we stop the bleed here. It's a 1616. My 57 mil is being nailed by 81 millimeter mortar fire. I'm getting my Hotchkiss up here, and if I can get him into this building, should be able to destroy this 90 mil if he doesn't immediately get destroyed by artillery fire. So the bleed is stopped, but it'd be ideal if we can get this flag back here. He's got a lot moving forward. Teammate brings in the rocket battery fire to destroy that 90 mil. Beaufort's taking heat from my 75. And this guy really shouldn't be getting this close to the forest yet. I'm gonna get your Panzergren inside here first, just to make sure. So I've got the Hotchkiss move forward to hit this 90 mil. He's shooting at the converted gunners right now. And these 81 millimeter gun carriage, mortar carriage are dropping rounds on my position. Skitterungs are destroyed by 81 mil. And it looks like my Panzergrens were spotted along the Pioneers here. Still at a 1616. I did bring in a Jagdpanzer, so now I've got coverage on the road here, and I can move them out of view when I need to. M2 is falling back, and I brought in these Let Legionnaires. So you see he had an infantry squad in here. He took damage on that. Don't bring your heavy tanks next to a forest. He's probably got a bazooka. And he's gonna die because of it. Yep. Always screen with infantry. Jagdpanzer firing at these converted gunners so we can push them out, but they do flip a flag, so we've got a 3-minute tick now because this entire right flank is completely fallen. 105 takes out the Panzergrens. And Nebelwerfer fire is able to destroy those 81s that are causing me a headache. Hotchkiss spotting these infantry down in the town. The Jagdpanzer are taking fire from... I don't know what he's taking fire from. It bounced. Can't be this. It's too far. Maybe there's something in the ridge here. I brought up another 57 to sneak up. Start firing at them. Pioneer destroys this armed rifle squad. Yeah, that's rough. 18-14 with 2 minutes to go. And we've captured this flag now. So I'd say done my part for the team and pushing things forward with the, I think they're a C-rated offensive squad. Try to get this 57 mil up. Minute 20 to go. Jagdpanzer still firing on the town to help clear it out. Got an IG-18 moving forward as well. And it looks like my 75s are taking more fire. Unfortunately, looks like my Jagdpanzer got smoked by artillery. Either that or this 90 mil. And still taking fire from these heavies down here. I do have a 57 and a 75 here. I think that must have been artillery fire. We are able to destroy the 105, but unfortunately the 90 mil does take out one of the AT guns. Got him down to one man, so it should destroy him. And my sniper, who survived most of the game, is destroyed with the charge. 90 mil is destroyed. 75 mil is firing at this 203 out here. He recapped this point, and there's only 11 seconds left. I didn't notice that, so unfortunately ends up being a 19-13. But overall, it was a fun match. You don't often see people playing skitterungs and trying to play with some of the weaker guys. So taking a look at things here. Let's see. So 1215 to 1070, and looks like my Pack 40 did a good job. One of these 15-point squads did pretty good. 50 mil, 2 half-tracks, pretty good. Looks like my Panzerfaust team was focused on infantry rather than vehicles, but that's all right. At 75 mil barrage from my battery in the back. Did actually take out some squads. And then that 57 over the ridge line was able to take out a few vehicles as well. And just kind of a lot of one-offs. So not a ton of real big standouts here from the enemy side. That M4, that must have been the one in the forest that was peeking out at the beginning. He got a few squads. The 203, I think I killed that at the end, that I spotted out in the open, took out a lot. The 81s took out a lot. And that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.